Hi, I'm Esteban Navia, and I'm gonna talk about a certain problem talked about in the Joe Rogan Experience with the Russell brand. So they were talking about veganism, if it was healthier than eating meat or not. So they were talking first that there were some studies which told that the vegan people were healthier than other the red meat eaters. So let's say they were talking about how the red meat eaters had diabetes more often than the vegan people. The thing is that Joe Rogan said something that I really think is correct. So he mentioned that all these studies were based on fake studies or not reliable ones. So, for example, they were asking hundreds of people what their basic diet was and if either they had diabetes or another health problem. So the thing is, most of the people does eat meat, and they are all, or many of them have some health issues. So the thing is that it's not just the red meat that is causing these problems, or is not the red meat at all. It could be Coke or other sugars, bread, and other stuff. And this leads to another point that Joe Rogan made that I totally agree with, is that in the past they made this basic triangle of healthy eating where grains and bread and milk were the most important thing, and then meats and everything else should be in less quantity and but just as important. So I do agree that that's an old method, and maybe it's not the most uh, accurate one to measure healthy eating, because we now have more technology and more science and more knowledge about what healthy eating should look like or does look like. And the thing is that all the people that are vegan and they are expressing the feeling how the veganism is the right way or is the healthy way, they all just want to be accepted. That's my point of view, is that they just want to be accepted because they're a little different from other, and they're always trying to make you think like them. So if you're eating at a table and you're having your barbacoa tacos, or let's say your hamburger, they're gonna tell you, hey yo, you're killing cows. Those cows were in cages, they were maltreated all the time, so they didn't eat like green grass and stuff. But they just tell it, and they just make you think like that so you can think like them and not eat, and they will feel themselves like accepted and like they were right. So I don't think this is true. I do agree with Joe Rogan that all the studies are based on another studies that are not validated, or you cannot rely on them because they were not certain and specified studies for this. They didn't take many other matters intake. For example, if they drink cola or other sodas or many sugar, bread, and other stuff, they just talked and they just asked if you ate red meat. So, as Joe Rogan said, that's just bullshit, and you cannot rely on those studies. So, that's it. So, I don't agree with the studies, and I do agree with Joe Rogan.